Duplicates are draining your pipeline. Let's fix this in a couple of minutes with a tool called Koalify. My name is Jasper. I'm a certified HubSpot consultant, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can use this tool. Let's share my screen and we'll get right into it. So first I'm going to show you the setup of the Koalify tool. But before we start with that, of course, you need to install the tool itself, and you can do this by going to the marketplace at the top, clicking on apps, and here you're going to look for Koalify. And this is the tool that you're looking for. You can find all the details here, but I'll walk you through how you can use this tool right now. So once you have the tool installed in your HubSpot, you'll go to the settings, integrations, and then connected apps. Here you will see the Koalify tool, and one of the things that I really love about this tool is that it's fully integrated within HubSpot. So you don't need to switch to a different website or different platform to use the tool. Everything is set up and everything works right here within our HubSpot. When we click on general settings, here we can see the different settings on how we will use Koalify. The first important thing is the duplicate rules, because this is what determines the duplicates. We'll click on Edit Duplicate Rules, and here we'll see the different rules that are in place right now. Let's just have a look at one example here. And this says that whenever the first name is the same for 2 or more records, the last name is the same, and the LinkedIn URL is the same, we want to match those records as duplicates. We have the same setup here for example, first name, last name, and IP city. And we can create additional rules here as well. So for example, let's say we want to look at the first name, last name, company name, and job title. We save this rule, and now this is operational, and it will start scanning your records to see if there are any duplicates that have this combination. It works the exact same way for companies, for deals, as well as for tickets. Now, as you can see here for tickets, by the way, this is a recent update, so I would need to reinstall Koalify to give access to that object as well. So once we've set up these duplicate rules, the next thing we want to do is we want to determine which one of those duplicates is going to be our primary records. And to determine that, we'll go to the primary rules, and then for context, well, first of all, you'll see that there's only one primary rule that can be enabled at a time. There's some options added by default here. Right now, we're using best email and last activity. What does that look like? Between all of those records that are marked as duplicates from each other, we'll first look if the email is known. If there's an email known, and let's say for one record we have an email, for the others we don't, then that record with the email would be the primary. Now, if multiple have an email, then we go to the next one and we'll see if there's an email hard bounce reason. If the hard bounce reason is unknown for all of those duplicates, we'll go to the next one. And we'll look for unsubscribe from all email, that none of them are unsubscribed from all email. And we'll go through these until we find a primary one. So for example, another one we can look at here, which is an interesting one, is we'll look at the more like public email accounts, let's say, like Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, Hotmail. And if it's any of those will definitely not be a primary. And then as last, we'll look at the last activity date, which usually will determine like one specific primary one, because those duplicates are not going to have the same last activity date. Same for the primary rules, by the way. If we want to add some, we can just update these right here. We can add a filter. For example, we can say last contacted. And then we'll say the one that has the last contacted will be the primary one, for example. When we save that, I won't do that now because that will mess a little bit with my demo. But then that will be included in that primary rule as well. Then we also have the merge rules right here. And within the merge rules, by default, Koalify uses the default merge within HubSpot, which means that the primary record gets priority for all of the different properties. If you want to override that, you can do that right here and tell Koalify which of the properties should get priority. Now, after we've set all of this up, then we have a couple of different ways that we can start using Koalify. So the first thing we can do is when we go to contacts now, and we go to our filters here, you will notice that there are some properties now that Koalify has added to your system. So for example, if we look at duplicate rules, we can say is known, and then we will get a list of the duplicates in our system. So here we can see these two are duplicates. So if we want to see these specific rules, let's put them a little bit more to the front here. Then we can see exactly which duplicate rules that these matched on, which in this case is the first name, last name, and the phone number. So that's the first place where you will see Koalify and how you can use it. But first, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more HubSpot excellence, and let's continue. The second place where you will see Koalify is on the right-hand side here on the record, whether that's in contacts, deals, companies, tickets. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you will see a new card here that says contact duplicates, and this will show you any duplicates for the record that you're looking at. And then you can also see the status. So here we can see that the record that we're in right now is not the primary one, but this is actually the primary one. And right from this record, you can then say merge in current contact or don't show as duplicate. Now, when the other one is the primary duplicate, you probably just want to go there, and then from here, you will see the same thing, and you can mark it, merge in the current contact right from here. So that's the next place where you will see this. Now, let me quickly go back to what we were looking at just before with these duplicate rules here. And probably you want to create a saved view for this and just name this duplicates. So this way you always have an easy view in your system where you can find all of the duplicates. We will need to add that filter here again. So we'll do Koalify duplicate rules known. And now when we save this, we have an easy view where we can always see all of our duplicates together with the duplicate rules that they matched on. Now, and this is where the real power from Koalify comes in. When we go to workflows, we also get an extra tool there. So when we create a workflow here, we'll say we want to a workflow that matches filter criteria. For contacts, we'll look at contact properties. We go to Koalify. Primary duplicate is false, so that we don't enroll the primary duplicates in here. And then we'll also look at the duplicate rule that we want to merge. And I already gave it away what we're going to do in a second. When we look at duplicate rules here, for example, we'll say first name, last name, phone number. And then also we'll do LinkedIn as well. Right, so we have this, continue. And now any contact that matches these rules will be enrolled in this workflow. And now we can see the integrated apps. Here we get an extra feature, and that's merge duplicate contact. So what this does, and it says it right here, is it will merge the contact in the workflow into its Koalify primary duplicate ID. And that's the only thing we need here. So we'll name this automatically merge contacts, and then we're all set with this workflow. If we activate this, it will automatically merge all of the duplicates marked by these duplicate rules, and it will also automatically do this in real time going forward. One quick tip here is that when you want to start merging these duplicates, you actually want to make sure that you first do a pre-flight test. And that means going to that contact view, for example, that we just created for duplicates, and looking here at the duplicates, we'll also add some more properties here. So this way you can do a quick spot check to see if this all looks good before you actually activate that workflow and start merging those duplicates in your system. One other bonus tip that I want to add here is when we go to workflows, we go to our duplicate workflow here. You can also add a notification for let's do an internal email notification that these will be merged. And since they're merged, like the notification will link to the new merged contact. So that works. Then we do existing owner, merged contact. So now whenever a contact gets merged through this workflow, the contact owner will also get an email notification that this merged happened. Now, Usually that doesn't matter as much since within HubSpot you will still have the data from both contacts, but sometimes it can be good to just send out that notification because in some cases the contact owner might also have accidentally created that duplicate, and in this case the notification will serve as a warning that they created that duplicate. And that's it for this video. This workflow works exactly the same for companies, for tickets, for deals. So you can follow the same steps to automatically deduplicate all of these. Let me know in the comments if you're trying this. Subscribe for more HubSpot excellence. And if you like this video, you will also like this video right here about HubLead, which makes syncing contacts between LinkedIn and HubSpot incredibly easy. Another powerful tool that I really recommend to everyone using HubSpot. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.